Hey guys, so I'm back with video for Gratitude Cup, and this is the third video in the series on Here's Hope and focus areas for Christians who might be struggling with maintaining serenity and faith during a troubled time or a tough time. So this video is going to be on the second area, second focus area, which is being of service. And the three areas, in case you missed the first video, you might want to go back and watch because it kind of provides a summary. But the three areas are maintaining your spiritual condition, being of service, and self-care. So the second one, which we're focusing on today, is being of service. And these are just things that I do personally that I wanted to share with you. And a lot of this stuff comes straight out of me being in a program of recovery. So if you kind of want to get some of that, then I guess if you have a reason to be in a program of recovery, you can pursue that. And if you don't, then maybe you can just implement some of this because you watch this video and maybe it'll work for you, because I think these principles are good for anyone. So being of service, these are just the tip of the touching on it. There's lots of ways you could be of service. I mean, I'm not even going to talk about this in depth. Obviously, go out and volunteer, find a nonprofit you can link up with, blah, 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 blah. I do all that stuff. Mentor someone. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about three specific things right now. One, check on each other. Especially right now, it's crucial to check on, and I'm not even going to say your people. I would just say identify one person every day who you can check on. It could be somebody on social media and you notice that they post something that it just sounds like they're pretty down. Maybe they have COVID. Maybe it's somebody who you just haven't talked to in a long time. And I will say, sending somebody a private message is fine. And for some people that works. Maybe they're pretty responsive on social media. But sometimes it's good to actually get on the phone and call them. Or if you know them well enough, go see them in person. Sometimes like making that effort for it to be a little more personal, a form of contact can go a long way in letting somebody know that they are cared for and that you want to make sure that they're doing okay, whether that's spiritually, mentally, physically, psychologically, whatever. And I think we have a real responsibility, particularly as Christians, to do this for each other and also to reach out to people who spiritually need help, who need to know that they are loved and that spiritually someone cares about them. That's kind of our job as Christians. And yeah, we're supposed to be taking care of each other, but we're also supposed to be of service and to be the hands and feet of Christ. Then another thing that we can do to be of service is to give for fun and for free. And that's totally a principle that I learned in recovery and really grasped in recovery, that it's not supposed to be about giving so that I can get something back, giving so I get that big thank you and pat on the back and the accolades or whatever, the recognition or anything. But even though that stuff can feel good, but that's not what it's about. And if I need to always be checking my motives, but looking for ways to give. And if I don't have the financial means to give money, that's okay, because there have been lots of times in my life when I don't have the financial means to give money. But then there are other ways I can give or contribute, whether it's like talents and services, or just making food for someone, or sitting with somebody who needs companionship, whatever it is, there's always something I can do to give of myself, or my time or something. And then lastly is, and this seems like a no-brainer, but we don't always do it. Before we just run out and start trying to do stuff, to actually ask God, how can I be of service? Maybe we should ask. And even before we ask people, what can I do for you? What can I do to help you? Is there anything that you need? Before we even do that, maybe we need to ask God. Because if we open ourselves up to God to be used and ask God, please use me today, it's amazing what God will put in front of us. Really amazing. Sometimes a little alarming, scary, unexpected, wild, but really fun and cool. So those are the three things that I like to do and that have worked for me to expand my horizons in the areas of service, and I hope that they'll help you too. And kind of to make this time also during this pandemic a little less dull and just like less like Groundhog Day, where you're doing the same thing over and over. So I look forward to sharing the next and last video with you guys.